today we're gonna cook some creamy bacon chicken pasta, and here's our ingredients. We need some chicken tenderloin, or you could also use boneless, skinless chicken breast. We need some bacon, and I also have some classic Parmesan cheese. We're gonna grate that later. Some butter. I have a pound of angel hair pasta. I'm gonna be using heavy whipping cream, that's for the sauce, some salt, ground pepper, some olive oil, and you also need some garlic and some flour, and that's to thicken the sauce. And here is my chicken broth. All right, so let's start cooking. So we're gonna start off by cooking our bacon. I sliced this in thin slices so it's easier to cook. So we just make sure that we completely cook the bacon, but not to the point where it's crunchy. As you can see, the bacon is done and we set that aside. Now I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil and about a tablespoon of butter. And the reason for this is if you add some oil to your butter, it's not really gonna burn your butter. And now I'm gonna add my garlic and make sure that you don't burn the garlic, and when it's done, you can set this aside. So now I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of flour, and we're gonna create a roux. And what this is that since I'm gonna be creating a sauce from scratch, the roux will actually thicken the sauce that we're gonna make. So when you see your roux is turning brown, you could add your heavy whipping cream, and this time I added about 2 to 3 cups of heavy whipping cream, and you slowly incorporate them together, making sure that there's no clumps. And now I could add some pepper, and I could also add some salt according to your taste. At the same time, I'm going to be grating a little bit of cheese here so our sauce will have that Parmesan taste. Now make sure you're on low heat and combine them together, making sure there's no clumps. Now on a separate pan, we're gonna cook our chicken. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of olive oil. And then before we cook our chicken, make sure that you season it with salt and pepper. Now our sauce has thickened, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of chicken broth just to give it more sauce. Now it's time to cook our pasta, and make sure that you cook your chicken well and don't undercook it. So make sure you follow the package instructions on how to make your pasta. I love cooking my chicken in a hot iron skillet. It actually gives it that grilled flavor. So here our chicken is not quite done yet, but we're almost there. Our sauce is nice and thick, and now I'm gonna add my bacon. And the reason why I add my bacon here and not garnish it later is because I love how if you add the bacon before you serve it, it gives the sauce a bacony taste. Now at this point, you could taste your sauce if you want to add more salt, if you want to add more Parmesan cheese, but later we're gonna garnish more cheese, so yeah. Now our chicken is done, and at the same time our pasta is done. I just drained it, ready to be served. And here I have sliced up my chicken in bite-sized pieces, and I have turned off the fire and I'm ready to add my pasta. And make sure you combine them well and slowly incorporate them together. Look at that, this looks so good. And this time I'm gonna add more Parmesan cheese. And for this dish, I really love it loaded with Parmesan cheese, and it's just so good. And then you just top your chicken, and yeah, so dinner is ready.